Jasmine in her natural habitat.
We're self-employed artists that work from home and run a cat rescue. Like
Stripes. Good morning. Ish. Ooh.
this little guy. Hopefully everyone also likes it.
It's like a similar angle / pose.
So we're gonna stream after a long day. We're finally sitting down and we're gonna be streaming on our Patreon Discord. For anyone who isn't a patron, you can join our Patreon. It doesn't matter which tier, up to $1, and you can join our Discord community. It's very cozy, we don't spam too much, and sometimes we'll stream on there and you guys can just watch and hang out. Anyways, on to the drawing. In the stream, I'm while Jasmine works on commissions, I'm working on uploading the vlog before this one, which is the SoCo market thing. But hey, we're really liking this camera. It's very fun. Jasmine has her reference. She's working on her commissions. Yeah.
Okay, so we just got done eating and I'm about to start my little routine to get me focused on doing commissions today. Today I'm going to be painting the rest of the skin and hair of the characters that I got commissioned and get as far into the clothes as possible. My deadline is 5 days, so I think that's pretty good time. I try to take my time with it. I try to give myself at least 2 weeks to finish a whole batch of commissions. And if there are no emergencies with the rescue, typically I can get it done in time. So hopefully that's the case this time around, because right after this commission batch, we're going to Katsucon. But yeah, I'm gonna light some incense and grab myself an energy drink and refill my water, because that's kind of like what I need to get started. I don't know, like there's something really important about like aromatherapy for me, especially in the beginning of working. You know what they always say is starting is the hardest part. That's very much the case for me. Like I think as long as I start, I can keep going. But I tend to need like incense, or Andy's really turned me onto candles, but they just don't last too long, especially with the hours that we work. So incense it is. Now I've got my Lannies and water, so let's go. Oh gosh, tripping on cat sometimes. Stripes. Good morning, Ish. I've got my water. I've got my drink, my other drink. I just normally take sips out of this because I'm one that doesn't want to ever not get affected by caffeine, so I try not to like gulp a whole can or even have like a large quantity of consistent coffee every single day. Hello. This has been the only energy drink that I've liked, and my favorite flavor was actually the Kemade one. It was like a limited release pink lemonade flavor, but my go-to not limited flavor is called Orange Kiss. But for the most part, I just drink water and listen to a bunch of stuff while I draw, which is why it's kind of difficult for me to live stream. I kind of try to do live streams when I'm like more mentally and socially not drained, because then I won't have my commentaries and like game playthroughs or horror movies to keep me company. Usually like videos in the back help me run away from my insecurities. I feel like I'm someone who doubts myself a lot, especially when it comes to art, but honestly in day-to-day life, I tend to doubt myself a lot. I don't have a lot of trust in my own instinct. It stems from my limiting belief that I'm a very unlucky person. Like I have a lot of like comically bad fails in my life, so then I just like attribute it to being unlucky, and because of that I tend to doubt myself, and it becomes this whole cycle. I honestly, dude, sometimes, oh my god, stripes. This is what I've been working on. I really like this character. At first I was like, oh, this is gonna be a real huge challenge for me, but the more I got into it and like texturizing him, the more I've really come to enjoy this design. Hey.
Oh, hey, what the heck? What's the big idea? What's the big idea?
Okay, so while Miss Jasmine...
I'm so sorry.
While Jasmine is working on her commissions and we're getting the day started, hi Truffle, I am going to go about cleaning. Wow, that was good timing. I'm gonna clean because things are really messy, and we are getting close to Katsucon time frame. Katsu, we're leaving on the 10th, and it is February 5. Yup. And we have our neighbor watching the house. We're all situated, but we want to make sure that the house is really good for her, and as you guys probably know, getting ready for a convention is a lot of different bases to cover. Yeah, I'm gonna hop on cleaning, and then I will hop on drawing also, because we're trying to finish up a few different merch items also for right when we leave, because we're gonna be doing a shop drop. Is it too far away? It might be. Is it, guys? Also, my hair looks like something. Oh.
Jasmine and her natural habitat.
Howdy guys, it is Saturday. I'm taking product photos today of a bunch of new stuff that we got right during Lunar New Year time frame. Yeah, we're just gonna hop into it. I'm gonna show you the new stuff. Some of it you might have already seen, because we had a new shirt that came out for conventions in like December. We have the clicky keychains. Finally, we have the pennants for All for the Game that we designed like, I want to say almost a year ago, but like we had so many complications with our manufacturer and like getting the colors right, and it took forever. We finally have a batch something that we're confident selling, you know? Yeah. Okay, so I guess first on this list is these like clicky keychains. And they look super cool. We are kind of in love with these, and I hope they're popular because I am already like itching to make more. They're super fun. I'm gonna actually like unpack them for you so you can see what they're like. Like basically they are just these little keycaps like that you would find on like a mechanical keyboard. With like a custom design of ours, and like they have little lights in them, and you can see the battery underneath too. It's like a fidget toy thing. I don't really know what we're gonna price these at, honestly. I think we're thinking around 20 because they're decently large and they're 4 keycaps, and I've seen people sell like 1 for 15 or like 2 for I think 20, so I think that's what we're gonna go for. This is how they came out. I really like them. They're so fun. They're like super fun to mess with. I want to make more so bad. So Jasmine made like a Bat Boy one that you can see here. I think it looks super. Wow, look at that autofocus. It's so good. And then I made like a mood one here. Oh my god, camera sees faces. Okay. Oh my goodness, this little guy. It has like sad, neutral, and then happy and mad on it. And then I made like a bug one that I really like. They are so nice and like chunky. Like I love this. Like look at these. They're so fun. Anyways, I'm very excited to bring them to con and to put them on the store. I'm taking photos right now, and you will see those. And someone's using the litter, of course. So nice. All right, let's go. The next thing is this new shirt that's like not really new, you know what I mean. We got tags done. Look at that. So let me give you a better view really quick. This is the new shirt. I'm very happy about it. Huge embroidery. I can't like overstate that enough. I just saw all these like really cute shirts that were like almost like this, or sometimes denim, or even like plaid, and then it would have like no pockets, and then just like embroidery on the sides. And I thought it was like super cute. But Jasmine had these really cute like matching designs from our Patreon this past year, and she said I could use it. This is what came of them. It's like a recolor, and I think it came out super cute. Let me see if I can like get you a better angle of this too. Oh, look at this. Look at this guy. I think it's cute. I think it's nice. Hopefully everyone also likes it. All right, so I took all the photos. Hopefully they look nice. I'm gonna go and edit them in a little bit. I also made some new sign with our like printer here in town for some enamel pin, proper washi tape sign, and one for like the new fidget keychains, because we want things to be a little cleaner, and like this is also gonna be a slightly new booth design, as it always is. It turns out Katsu is 6x6 a booth, like in terms of table space, not 8x8 like whole mat, so more adjusting. It's gonna be interesting, but I actually haven't been to Katsucon since like 2013 or 14, like since I moved from Maryland, so this is gonna be kind of fun. I'm excited. The trip is gonna be fun. I'll explain it in the next video, like when we go through the trip and stuff. But we're going through like Louisiana, Georgia, North Carolina, like making our way up to Maryland. It's gonna be about a 3-day drive because we're taking it a little bit slow. We're staying with a friend in Raleigh, and it'll be good. It'll be good. I also just took pictures of the collab stuff with Alyssa, and that's nice. But yeah, I think today is mostly gonna be cleaning and display work. I want Jasmine to like show you her commissions because they look amazing. Like, she worked so hard on this batch, and it's just like you can really see, especially even just like from commissions, I don't know, maybe like 3-4 years ago, her style, like I just feel like she's constantly improving, and it's really, really good. So I want her to talk to you guys about her commissions. They look insane.
Mic is on. Hi guys, just popping in here because Andy wanted me to show some of my commissions. So full disclosure, Truffle is going to do all of her cute sounds and act like she's a hostage. She's not a hostage, it's just that I spoil her so much and she's usually around here with me. But because I have this delicate setup right now, I can't have her here, and that's why she's begging for me. So you'll be hearing that in the background probably. But yeah, I just really wanted to show you guys some of my favorites from this batch that I did. I'm trying to do monthly commissions, maybe around like 13 slots a month, because I need to raise money on the side for us moving. So we haven't really talked about this, and we'll be talking about it more in the later vlogs, but basically, please commission me this year. But anyway, because of that, I have a lot of different commission samples that we can go through today that are my favorite. I feel like I've really started to kind of hone down on the vibe I want to give off. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so here we have Salma's OCs. They are so beautiful. Like, Salma's art is very gorgeous, and I was very flattered that she even wanted a commission from me. So I have different poses that people can choose from, but they can also specify a pose that they want for themselves. This pose presented a challenge for me because when you're doing a pose, people still want to generally see the face, so I try to include as much of the face as possible. And she had a reference where this character, the female character right here, is like a similar angle / pose, and I was struggling because I was like, I don't want to just do a redraw either. I tried to implement as much of my style as possible to kind of like deter away from that. I love their hands all over each other. Hands are one of the things that like are non-negotiable for me in terms of doing art for people, or like art for people that are tender and sweet, because I just feel like hands tell so much of a story. There's only so much that you can do with eyes and mouths. And yeah, I just really like this. I really like the textures that I used on his clothes, and she has this very cool fabric pattern in her reference. And I wasn't gonna hand draw each and every one of those, otherwise I would have to upcharge, but I wanted to kind of like paint on top of it to kind of make it seem more lived into the commission rather than just something I'm like. I got commissioned the menu. Okay, some of you guys, I don't know if you guys know, but I really love horror movies.
and I love reviewing horror movies. Not everyone's gonna share the same exact opinions as me, but that's fine. As long as you love horror, that's really cool, because I just feel like there's so much expression in horror. Yeah, I got commissioned the menu. I was very nervous because whenever I have to do a commission based off of real characters, that's a whole layer of studying. And so if you do commission an artist to do something like that, maybe appreciate that effort a little more. Tay is great. This is the commissioner, the client that got me to do the menu. They've also commissioned me the quarry and stuff. I rewatched the movie and kind of like analyzed the way I wanted to capture Anya's Taylor and Mr. Voldemort. I'm gonna look up what his name is just so I don't keep calling him Voldemort, man. Ralph. I had a feeling his name was Ralph, but I didn't want to embarrass myself. Anyways, I analyzed how I wanted to deal with Ralph's features. It's not really features that I tend to draw, but that's the thing I really like about Tay's commissions, is that her commissions tend to really push me out of my box, and I end up having to deal with a challenge, and usually it's a very fun challenge. But it was really fun. It was very, very, very fun. I had a great time rewatching the movie and like seeing all the little tidbits of things. I also had a lot of fun kind of desaturating Ralph's features a little more. Like, he still has some like peachy undertones in him. I really love when people color block certain characters to have different, almost like mask, kind of like when you think about Hades. Hopefully Andy puts some examples of Hades characters here where like they have their own individual hue or color that they are in. Okay, so this is Alex's commission. I adore Alex's OCs so much. They're so freaking cool. There's something about them that teeters the line of like very simple but very dynamic at the same time. Like, they got a commission from me a long time ago of this other OC that has like a pinkish flesh, and the other character had this like almost like Romanov like get up, like princely get up, and he was more blue, and so she was more pink and silver, and just like the contrast of the colors were so satisfying. I always have such a blast drawing Alex's OCs. Like, there's just something about the way that their brain works when it comes to crafting characters that I adore. And again, it presents a new challenge for me, which I really, really like, because when you think about like 13 slots of human skin and regular hair textures, regular shapes, I don't want to say that it's boring. It's not boring. It's just that like I start to get lost in it. Like, it's like you burn out a lot easier when it's a lot of similar things. I adore using this brush a lot, especially again to cut my more blocky shapes of colors. It softens them a little bit without using an airbrush, because that's the thing that I'm trying to avoid, is the overly airbrushed look. I actually love the gritty textures. I've started to really enjoy those. I'm straddling this line of like, I want to be rendered, but I want to be more graphically. I want a more graphic rendering. Even if there isn't a lot of rendering, I want it to be as deliberate as I can possibly make it. And I'm making my way towards there. And so as I do commissions this year, I'm really hoping that I can like sit down and think about each slot and eventually get there. I love that their hair textures are so different. I love that there's the hat that can kind of like bring back some of the dark colors. She also commissioned me a chibi version of the same characters, but in this one she has a pumpkin head. I love dynamic movement a lot, so you'll probably see that in my chibi commissions if possible. But I guess you can kind of see the way that I handled the chibi commission different than, let's say, like a more regular style. Like in this one, for example, I have these strokes that I did on her boots to create intrigue. Instead of drawing souls, I kind of just like gave the vibe of souls. You don't want to or at least I don't want to over render chibis, otherwise it loses all that like graphic intensity. Jewelry! Oh my god, I was so excited to do jewelry. I've never done like a properly rendered older jewelry commission. I did like an aura jewelry, but I don't even think that's considered like older. They had a lot of different design elements, especially for Harry, because their Draco, they said that they like my Draco, but in order to match Harry's age, I kind of had to age up Draco as well. Harry, the way that they design him is very, very different from the way I normally do, including the way that they like his scar. They like his scar more like a proper lightning that cracks through the face. Obviously they like the beard, and then they like this very Dev Patel, overall Dev Patel vibe. And Dev Patel is beautiful, so I'm very glad they gave me that reference. I love simplifying Knuckles, because Knuckles sometimes you want to draw them sometimes, and then sometimes it's like, oh my god, how many Knuckles have I drawn? And sometimes it just is stronger as triangles. I've also enjoyed kind of rendering the bend of the Digitalis Knuckles. I love poor Resna's art. Please excuse that I misspelled their name on the file. I adore this. This was actually really difficult for me because I struggle a lot working with super like light skin, light hair, just like very, very bright, light, low contrast characters. But I don't normally get requests to make someone darker because I'm okay, like that's kind of more my wheelhouse anyway. But I noticed that in terms of color changes, I do struggle a lot when it comes to making someone more pale. So I get requests to be like, oh, can we make his skin more pale, please? Or like, I don't know what it is about me. I just want to tanify everything. I think just because like I'm tan. I really loved implementing these like bluish gray colors into his hoodie, because his hoodie is black, but I wanted to create more intrigue, especially knowing that she chose red as her background color. I kind of wanted to make sure that he didn't get lost in all these other bright lights. Such wonderful designs. Okay, I got commissioned these two girls, and they are two very different girls vibe-wise. The one on the left gave more of like this like skinny petite punk girl, and then or goth girl. No, it's more like a cyberpunk girl, I would say. And then the one on the right, she was giving more of like gym rat. This was just really fun to do. Like, I love the contrast of their designs like a lot. It's not the easiest one to do because, like I said, I don't do a ton of girls, but I think it taught me a lot about like jawlines and lip shapes and how to do these stylized eyebrows for girls. Sometimes, you know, my shapes can get super repetitive, so sometimes what I'll do is I'll erase the edges of what I initially had drawn and just like zoom out and kind of like just fuck around with the shapes of the hair to kind of give it more intrigue. Because sometimes if I'm doing it all in one sitting, sometimes I end up relying on the same curve. So for example, this curve up here is very similar to this curve down here. It's very similar to this curve down here, and similar to this curve down here. And so it's important for me to be able to tell myself that I can go in closer to the end and kind of add different flavors of curves and not just stick to one. I think that is what helped make her hair very successful for me. Again, we have different ways of thinking about things, so hopefully that helps anyone, or just that it was fun to hear how my brain works. But yeah, there you go. I hope that was, like I said, I hope that was fun for you guys to kind of listen to how my brain works, kind of see what my commission slots entail, what you get out of it, etc. And hopefully some of you guys end up thinking about commissioning me, because your girls need the income to purchase a house to continue this cat rescue. With all that said, I'm starting to work on this new batch, so wish me luck. Bye!
just trying to decompress. I finished one bumper sticker, which the design I'm gonna put like right here because I don't have it like physically, obviously. We're working on a second one that says my car is full of feral cats, and obviously it's like super niche to people who TNR, but I want to do it anyways. Our lives are just like so chaotic. We try to make every video be about a certain thing because like I feel like it attracts more people, you know, to click on the video, but our lives are just so chaotic. We're self-employed artists that work from home and run a cat rescue. Like, life is just not linear, and I don't think it ever will be. You know, we try our best, but I think we've begun to accept that this is just how things are, and we just gotta be responsible human beings. So I hope you enjoy this video. Anyways, love you guys lots, and so we continue.